So I'm going to show you how to make an AI caller in Retell, and you're probably wondering, who is this random guy? My name is John Joshin, and I've implemented over a couple hundred different AI agents in a multitude of businesses, right? So I'm going to show you exactly how to do this step by step. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So obviously the first step is creating the actual assistant on Retell's side. So we want to go create assistant, and there's a couple different assistants. They're all pretty good. I'm going to go with the single prompt assistant because it allows you to be a lot more straightforward with the prompt builder. So we're going to start from blank and go from here. So the first thing is the actual prompt. So what I'm going to show you is an auto prompt generator. So if I back out, go here, and I'm going to go into the sites section, and then I'm going to go into forms, and then set up account form. So if I check this out, this is going to automatically generate our prompt for us. So let me show you how it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to start filling out this form. So let's say the owner is John. We're going to do my phone number, the company line, and then we're going to do an email. So we're going to position this as a tree company, for example. So we're going to call it info@treecompany.com. And then we're going to call it treecompany.com. Review link, we don't need it for this scenario. And we're going to do tree removal, tree trimming, and then stump grinding. And then we'll do, we provide tree services across the Atlanta, Georgia area. And then offer, we're going to do free fertilizer with a tree removal. So that's a pretty decent offer. Industry, tree company. We're going to call it tree service company. Company name, we're going to call it Tree Extreme. Where do you service? Atlanta, Georgia. Phone call appointments, no. We do in-person appointments, 60 minutes, estimates, and then update sub-account. So now that this form is created, it's actually going to automatically send us an email. So I'm going to give it like 5 minutes, pause this, and we're going to see the email of the prompt that it actually will auto-generate for us. So just like that, our system generated 3 different prompts, one for new leads, one for no-shows, and one as a reactivation campaign. So let's go into this, right? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this new leads one, and you can see it literally wrote the entire prompt. So I'm going to copy this right here. Copy it start to end, right there. And then I'm going to go back into this, and I'm literally just going to paste it, just like that. So just like that, we've already built out the entire prompt. The next part is we need to copy this section for the appointment details. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to paste it right into here. So appointment part is good to go now. So now we can save that. The next part is the functions. So we want to go to custom functions, and then name is going to be get calendar available times, and I'm going to paste that in there. The next part is the actual body of this. So paste the description in. The next part is the actual JSON. So if I go in here, paste that JSON in there, there's an extra section there. So I want to save that. Got empty URL. Okay, cool. So we have the URL. So this is the URL of the make scenario. So I'm going to do this, and in here is actually a make automation that we're going to start utilizing. So I'm going to take this and download it. So once it downloads, then I can go into here and I can actually import blueprint, choose file, blueprint, save that, and then cool. We have a booking automation to analyze all the calls too, right? So there's a couple different functions, but the most important one is we want to choose a webhook. So I'm just going to choose a random one, save that, and then now we can actually paste that in here, save that, and then we have the function created and connected here. We also want to do post-call analysis. So this is one section, and then we want to do webhook settings too. So we want to paste that in there, and we're gonna have that be good to go for now. So it was autosaved just now, and we want to back out. So the next part is we need to start hooking up all of these different sections. So to start the hookup, we want to go into here and we want to connect all this through, right? So let's just condense it all into one calendar. So if I go back into go high level, I'm going to go into the calendars and then calendar settings, and then we're going to copy this. We want to activate the calendar. And then now that it's activated, then we can go in here, paste that in, paste that in, paste that in. We need the location ID and we need a little token, right? So location ID is in the business profile, so copy that. So paste that one in. And then the next one is we need the token. So I go to private integrations, create new, and then we're just going to call this PI-YT. And then scopes, contacts, calendars, and just like that, create. We're going to get this token, copy it, X this out, and then we need to paste this in, just like that. So now that is good to go. The next part we want to do is we want to remove this. So I'm going to unlink that, and I'm just going to start deleting these. So I can X that out, save. Okay. So now that is good to go. And then I can also delete that. So now that part is good. The next part we want to do is these sections. So these are for creating contacts in different locations. So I'm going to just do, let's see which one is left here. So the one that is left here is going to be office calendar, right? So because of that, we're going to delete this, delete that, remove this, connect that through. And then we want to delete this one, delete that one, and then connect that through. We can delete this router and then rehook these up, and then we can delete that too. And then we can delete this router, connect that through. So customer info, that should be able to be deleted too. This is creating a contact, so we need to keep that. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to delete all the junk in here right now, and I'll jump back in once it's all deleted. Okay, perfect. Now the automation's a lot cleaner. So I'm going to explain the different flows and how this actually works, just to help you with some perspective. So this bottom route is essentially sending the end of call reports. So it's analyzing it a little bit further, and this is a GPT to actually analyze the AI calls and give you actionable insights on how to improve it, right? So if it repeats things, if it does this, if it does that, that's an AI that'll do that for you. Or if it's a voicemail, it'll just say voicemail. If it's good and it's an actually good call, it'll just say good, right? So that's that section. This is sending it back to go high level, so that's that. This route right here is checking for available times on the calendar, right? And then this right here is the actual booking aspect of the automation. Right here is the route on either contact does exist or contact does not exist, right? And then this and this is the actual booking automation to book the appointments directly on the calendar. And this router right here, and same with right there, is checking if it was booked or if it was not booked. If it was booked, it's just going to tell the assistant, great, your appointment has been booked. Or if it was not booked, it's going to check for more available times. Because maybe there was a simultaneous booking, maybe there was an error or something like that. So you always want that safety net to make sure that you're actually converting these leads. So that's how this works, right? And I'm going to start going into the Marketplace app and just getting the rest of this hooked up. So because it was a template, we need to go into each one of these and connect these connections. So that one is connected. I'm going to go into here, connect that through, and then I need to hit save. And you have to do this for every single one. So I'm going to do GPTs to start because those are always super simple. And then we're going to go on to the HTTPs. The HTTPs are essentially all OAuth connections. So let's get this one to start. So choose this one, and I'm going to just keep choosing them one by one. Cool. So all the GPTs are connected. The next one is going to be the actual OAuth connection. So we're going to start doing that right now. And I want to go into here. We want to go to Marketplace. So in this Marketplace, we're going to essentially create an application. So I'm going to sign in, get all hooked up. So now that I'm in here, I'm going to create 2 tabs for it, so that one can be used to just copy the other information, and the other can be used to utilize actually. So auth, and actually in reality, I can save this. Calendars read, calendars write, then I can do contacts read, contacts write. And then I want to do calendar events, and we're going to save that. And then we need new keys. So I'm going to call this key 1, and we got these keys right here. So I'm going to paste them right here just to save them. We're going to hit OK, generate that, and then this Marketplace app is good to go. So all you have to do are these scopes, the redirect URL, and the client keys. Make sure you save the keys, and then hit save. So it's actually really simple. Now we're going to actually go back into here. We need to set up the actual OAuth itself. So I'm going to go into here, hit add. We have the authorized URI. We have the token URI. Authorized URI is marketplace.leadconnector.com. OAuth, choose location. Token URI is services, OAuth token. Then we have the client ID and client secret. So I'm going to pull my client secret right here. There's an extra space at the front, so I need to make sure to remove that. So, and then we need the client ID. So now I got the client ID, cool. And then we need the scopes. So calendars.read only, calendars.write. And then I should be able to actually just copy and paste them off of this. So just like that. And we need 6 of them total. So that's perfect. And then paste that in there. And just like that, that is good to go. But I need to log in to go high level, so I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, cool. So I logged into that, so I'm going to hit save, and it'll give me this pop-up now. So this pop-up is going to allow us to log in to go high level. So I want to log in, and let's get this going. Takes a second to load. Let's see. Is the pop-up still there? Choose an account. Okay. Next. And then we want to do test. Yeah, this one does not have the test one. Okay, let me re-sign in, so give it 1 second. Okay, cool. So this account now has access to it, so I'm going to save it again. And we're going to let this load in. There we go. Next. And then we should see test now. There we go. Now it's in there. And let this load in. So we always got to give it a little second, because it takes some time. And it took a little second, but we are now connected. And this one is the very bottom one. So we're going to make sure to select that every single time. So I'm going to click on every single one of these. It'll probably be this one, and then this one we don't need, so we got to connect this one too, and then there, and we can always double confirm. So if I open up this, yeah, it's that one, and we want to choose right here, and then this one too. So just like that, then we should be able to save. Oh, there is an HTTP that did not have the connection, so that one has it, that one has it, that one has it, that one, right here. Now, just like that, we save the automation, and the automation is actually good to go. There's one more thing in this that makes it really simple, but other than that, yeah. So we're going to go into the automations, and then we're going to go to the voice AI, and we want to go to call dispositions. So we want to go right here, click on this, save or copy that. We need to paste it into this disposition workflow. So paste it right there, save, then we want to run this module only. I'm just going to put random data in there, so that's good. And then we should see the payload in there, so save that. And this workflow is now good, which has the dispositions, which will update the pipeline, update the nodes, update all the information, right? So that's good. And then after that, we have, this is fine. Then we have the prompting, which is actually fine too. Oh. We could have lost our agent, we're about to find out. Okay, I'm gonna reopen Retell. Okay, cool, we're still good. So I'm gonna open that up, and then we have the whole prompts in here. So if we wanna test it, we can. So I'm actually gonna test it, and we're gonna see if there's any errors. There might be errors, who knows? But I always like finding the errors so that we can know for sure what the best game plan is. So we wanna click on this, single prompt current, failed to update agent, just like that. Cool. Plus 1, 2, 4, 8, 9. That's our company line I'm going to call, and it will then go directly to my phone. So once this loads in, should be getting a call any second now. There it is. Hello?
Hi there. This is Linda from Tree Extreme. Who am I speaking with today?
Yeah, this is John. Who are you?
Hi, John. Thanks for letting me know. I'm Linda from Tree Extreme. You recently showed interest in our tree services. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, it does.
Great, John. I'm glad to hear that. So what are you hoping to achieve with your trees? Are you looking for removal, trimming, or maybe stump grinding?
I was looking to get a tree cut down.
Nice. Tree removal is definitely something we specialize in. Here's how it works. We provide a personalized, in-person estimate to understand your unique situation and develop a detailed plan. The appointment usually lasts about 60 minutes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's cool.
Perfect. Since the appointment is in person, could you share the address where the service is needed? This helps us tailor everything to your needs.
It's 123 Pine Street.
Got it, 123 Pine Street. Let me check our calendar for available times. One moment.
Okay.
All right, John. The first two available times are Monday, April 28th at 9 a.m., Tuesday, April 29th at 2 p.m. Which one works best for you?
The 2 p.m. on the 29th works pretty well for me.
Great choice. Let me lock in Tuesday, April 29th at 2 p.m. for you. One moment.
Okay, so we got an error. The calendar does not have any team members associated with it, so that's a good error. So if we go back into here, then we go to calendars, then we want to go to calendar settings, hit the edit icon, we want to edit this calendar, then we need to add an actual user into the calendar, so I'm going to add myself. We're going to save that, and then we got to try again. So that's part of the debugging process. and I expected something to go wrong, and that's why I'm actually showing you this scenario. So let me call it again right now. So I'm going to call it. Oh, actually, let me have it call me. So make an outbound call. Plus 1, 2, 4, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 7. And we will be getting a call any second now. So let's have it load in. There we go. There's the call. Okay, it's saying preparing on my side. I think my phone's glitching. Can you hear me? Yeah, my phone's glitching out. Let me try this again. I'm gonna try a different number. Because that was forwarding to a different number. So let me forward it directly to this text now. Hey, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, I can hear you. This is Linda from... May I know who I am speaking with?
Yeah, it's John.
Thanks, John. I noticed you recently showed interest in our tree services. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, it does.
Great. What are you hoping to achieve with your trees? Are you looking for removal, trimming, or maybe stump grinding?
I was looking to get a tree cut down.
Perfect. We can definitely help with that. Here is how it works. We provide a personalized, in-person estimate to understand your unique situation and develop a detailed plan. The appointment usually lasts about 60 minutes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Awesome. Since the appointment is in person, could you share the address where the service is needed?
Yeah.
This will help us tailor our service to your needs.
It's 123 Pine Street.
Got it, 123 Pine Street. Let me check our calendar for available times. I'll find the first available slot for you. Hang tight. The first two available time slots we have are Monday, April 28th at 10:30 a.m. Monday, April 28th at 2:30 p.m. Which one works best for you?
The 2:30 p.m. works perfectly for me.
Your appointment is confirmed for Monday, April 28th at 2:30 p.m. at 123 Pine Street. Does that...
Looks like we had another error. Invalid JWT. Okay. Easy fix. So that looks correct. I think this would be the error. Let me mess around with it. Okay, so I just got it to book. I'm going to show you again, just so you guys can all see it. And then I figured out the error too. So let me call this 343168619. The error was pretty much a JWT error, which meant it was just some sort of authorization. So I remade the private integrations token and got it to work. So let me show you. Hello, hello.
Hi there. This is Linda from Tree Extreme. May I know your name?
Yeah, my name is John.
Thank you, John. Recently, you showed interest in our tree services. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Great. So, John, what are you hoping to achieve with your trees? Are you looking for removal, trimming, or maybe stump grinding?
Probably a removal.
Nice. Tree removal is definitely something we can help with. Here's how it works. We provide a personalized in-person estimate to understand your unique situation and develop a detailed plan. The appointment usually lasts about 60 minutes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Perfect. Since the appointment is in person, could you share the address where the service is needed? This will help us tailor our service to your needs.
Yeah, the address is 123 Pine Street.
Got it, 123 Pine Street. Let me check our calendar for available times. One moment. All right, John, the first 2 available times we have are Monday, April 28th at 11 a.m., Monday, April 28th at 12:30 p.m. Which one works best for you?
Can I do the 11 a.m. one? Yep.
Great, John. Your appointment is all set for Monday, April 28th at 11 a.m. at 123 Pine Street. Does that fit well into your schedule?
That works perfectly.
Perfect. During the visit, we'll explain the process, answer any questions, and discuss our special offer, a complimentary fertilizer treatment with any tree removal service. Thank you for your time, John. We're excited to meet you and help with your tree removal.
So just like that, it was actually able to book an appointment. So if I go back in the history, so we can see an appointment was successfully booked, 201 status code. So it was booked. The timestamp is all good to go. So if I go into request content, 428 at 11 a.m., and then it sent the request and said, great, your appointment has been booked. So just like that, we booked an appointment, we got it all working, and that is ultimately how you set up the AI outbound caller with Retell. So I hope that video helped, and not just that, we also have a community on school where we're helping people set up their AI, sell the AI, and different things along those lines. So if you want to join this community, you can get access to entire setups from step 1 to step 10 to all of our Go High Level snapshots, make.com, different prompting setups, Vapi tools, how to rebuild with Vapi, setting up a knowledge base, throwing Vapi on the website. Let's see what else. We also have all of our YouTube video templates. So all of our templates, if you go in here, you can just download the resource just like that, and you have access to it right there. So then we also have a new area where it teaches you how to actually acquire clients. So we have all of our different pricing models so you can price the voice AI effectively. It has all of our contracts, and it has different email copywriting, where to buy domains, all of this different stuff. Not just that, we also have twice a week group calls. So we're teaching people exactly how to set up the voice AI effectively. And it's one-on-one training with myself and whoever wants to join in and get support. So I hope that helps. And if you want to join in, we have calls on Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, and Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So I look forward to seeing you in there.